So the more experimental we get in our approach to any art, to any expression, the more likely we are to find hidden wells, hidden reservoirs of creative energy, because reason and analytical processes are hackneyed. And so only by breaking them at times, as Richard is doing in his phraseology right now on the guitar, only by breaking with repetitive hackneyed patterns are we going to discover what might be deemed new expression. Sometimes I like to speak in tongues. Sometimes that is a mechanism for unleashing the wild man in me. And who is the wild man but the unrestrained one, who cannot be even given a name from moment to moment because his personality structure would not abide it? Who you callin' hey? Because there are whole tribes inside us, whole tribes of experimental people, and some who are not even experimental at all but are fully self-realized, and they are beckoning to the experimental ones, and they're saying, you may have felt divorced from the one dance, the one reason for being, but you have never lost that thread, and that thread is supporting your very inquiry into yourself, into your life and livelihood. What I've noticed lately is there's something happening where every day I always have enough. I always have the possibility of a new opportunity around every corner. And community has a lot to do with this. Community is the incubator of culture, and culture is the incubator of social justice. And inside culture is the word art or creativity, because culture is like fecundity, it's like fertility, it's like ferment, it's like the growth of things in an exponential fashion. Whether that be along a certain materialistic line, I mean, say you're growing crops, for instance. I've been working in a 20,000 plant hemp field lately, bringing weed down and processing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of wet and drying weed. But this is CBD hemp weed, which means only for medicinal purposes. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are part of a regenerative cycle, you're part of building something and growing something, then you're part of a leading edge of opportunity, structure, development. So if you start an industry and you bring a whole wave of people in to that industry with you, then you are a cultural creative. Okay, and this is what I mean by culture. Culture also in biology means like a thriving population, right, of something, of some bacteria or some fungi or some other form of life. I think what we really need to look at is how resonant we are with the principles of fertility. I think when we try to create things, when we try to present ourselves in a good light, when we try to dredge up the deepest possible influences of our artful souls, then we're trying a little bit to walk with grace and with the Muses as our guides. We would rather not step on beautiful plants growing in the garden of the Muses. We would like the Muses to guide us through the proper pathways. And then we will discover that we knew our way around all along. We will discover that we were always wedded to the Muses, and that language itself cannot be a part of our lives without the divine influence of these artful beings. And so, why do we need culture? And why do we need music? And why do we need words? We need them because they are like Jacob's ladder. They are like the way we are recreating the web of knowledge that allows us to ascend. Or descend, for that matter, because at the center of all existence, and I mean the center that is everywhere, is the black hole that everybody is looking for, the chalice. The chalice, the grail, is the singularity at the heart of existence that is everywhere present, always. Such that when I breathe, it is not only pregnant with oxygen molecules, but with prana, life force, and the very pregnancy of my next utterance. There it was. You couldn't hear it, but I know that I was about to say something, and that it was in the very breath I took moments before that the impetus was generated. So keep awareness at the tip of your conscious mind, awareness itself. See how aware you are of yourself in the moment. See how aware you are of the fact that at the start of this video there was an error on our part, which is we let the heater run at the beginning and it overshadowed some of the audio in the background. But here we are at the end of what turned out to be something of a fairly extraordinary video. And we did not lose the thread, and we were not unable to deliver the essence of our cultural hearts to you. So there are no mistakes. There is only the flow of universal music. Aho.